And we welcome you back. Hour number 2 of our show here on a Tuesday morning. Nice to have you with us. And Brady Farkas with me, my producer extraordinaire, be hanging out with us all the time. Looking forward to it for
all
a 2 hour. All the time. You're right here holding my hand through the first the show this morning. I thank you for that. And we come out with a great lead topic, and that is Kevin Durant, that everybody seems to be talking about, leaving Oklahoma City and going to a team that is going to be absolutely loaded in Golden State, and you put him with Steph Curry. But I said from the very beginning, I do feel badly for the fan base in Oklahoma City, because they were darn close, and now they got to regroup and figure out what they are going to do. We're joined off the top of our show, hour number 2, Randy Renner, NBA.com, covering for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Randy, Rodger, Wyland, Brady Farkas, good morning.
Hi, guys. How are things in New York?
Well, pretty good. I mean, I think the fan base here, Randy's pumped up about the Knicks and some of the moves they've made, so that's drawing headlines. But you trumped everything yesterday, partner, with this news, and Twitter was blowing up at around 12 o'clock Eastern around here. How surprised were you, Randy, that this decision was made?
Well, if you would have talked to me last week, I would have and told me this was going to happen, I would have been shocked. But when the announcement actually was made, I really wasn't surprised at all. I was starting to get the feeling that this sort of thing was going to happen. At least nobody's jumped off any of the tall buildings here in downtown Oklahoma City, so people are taking it relatively well, I guess. They're burning some jerseys and are very disappointed, but when I think fans here, with what Durant had said recently and what was being printed in the newspaper, certainly sounded like he was ready to commit to Oklahoma City long term, but obviously that's not the case. Now everybody's concerned about Russell Westbrook, and could the Thunder lose 2 superstars, and that, I think, is a very real possibility.
Yeah, I would say the answer to that has to be yes, right? I don't see how that's going to work out long term.
You wouldn't think so, but we've been surprised before, and but you would think that Durant and Westbrook would have had a conversation before all of this went down, and once Durant, you would think, would have told Russ that he was leaving, and who knows, maybe in that conversation Russ told Kevin that he didn't plan on staying around. Maybe that had something to do with it. But right now, it certainly looks to be a bleak time for the Thunder, and especially considering that they were 6 minutes away, basically, from going to the NBA Finals. And ironically, had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook played better in those last 6 minutes of Game 6, the Thunder probably would have been playing in the NBA Finals and might be celebrating a championship right now instead of mourning the loss of their cornerstone player and worrying about the loss of the other one.
Randy, Kevin Durant, known to be a nice guy, known to be a guy who doesn't like to ruffle feathers. Are people holding out hope that just maybe, he DeAndre Jordans this thing and changes his mind before he can officially sign on Thursday? Or, since he signed the 1-and-1 deal, that maybe he comes back next year? Is anyone holding out hope for that, or do they think he's gone forever?
Well, maybe yesterday during the holiday when people maybe had too many beers and tequila shots, that might have been a thought. But I think now, as people sober up after a holiday, I don't think many people around here believe that will be the case. I think most people now feel like he is gone for good.
And I gotta believe, kind of like with LeBron and what happened when he left Miami and for Cleveland to Miami, the fans are so upset that they feel like betrayed. They feel like, boy, you're up and leaving a good situation here, and you're leaving us high and dry. We were so close to a championship, and now here you are moving. And look, he was a free agent. He can do what he wants, and I get all of that. But I got to believe the reaction, if you are a Thunder fan, you are just not happy at all with Kevin Durant right now.
Right. I think a lot of people certainly are disappointed and heartbroken, and some people are really mad. Because, like I said, some people have burned his jerseys. A couple of guys took, set it up on a target and, fired some pistol shots at it, that sort of thing. And I think people would have dealt with this a lot better had there been some sort of inkling that maybe he was wavering, or had he gone to the Washington Wizards. I think people around here, for him to say, look, I just want to go home. I want to try to win a championship for my hometown. I think that would have resonated with people here. But going to Golden State, I think that really kind of rubs people the wrong way, since that was the team that beat the Thunder out in the Western Conference Finals, a super team. I think people around here who are the hardworking, blue-collar type folks believe that Durant has taken the so-called easy way out, that sort of thing, and that tends to rub them the wrong way.
Randy, I am a diehard Seattle fan, so I was a Sonic fan, okay? And people know this about me, and you're going to learn it now, that I feel bad for the people of Oklahoma City today. I do not feel bad for Clay Bennett today, because he broke my heart X amount of years ago when the Sonics left town. But how does Thunder ownership look today? Does Clay Bennett and company, do they look bad? Did they not do a good enough pitch? I mean, or was it just Durant just wanted to be gone? Is this reflecting bad on Durant more or Thunder ownership?
Well, right now I think it's reflecting worse on Kevin Durant than anybody. I don't really think that anybody here, I haven't heard anybody here blame Clay Bennett, the other members of the ownership group, Sam Presti. I mean, obviously, it's not like they were lowballing Kevin Durant. They were ready to pay him however, give him the max offer. He could have made more money here in Oklahoma City than anywhere else. They put a solid roster together around him. They had done some deals to try and improve things. So, to me, the ownership group and Sam Presti had done everything possible. I think it just came down to Kevin Durant wanting a change of scenery to chase the championship with Golden State and to see what else might be out there. And sometimes guys just want to move on, go somewhere else, do something different. And by the way, I was on with a Seattle radio station this morning, and they are kind of dancing in the streets out of the great Northwest today as well. I
have no doubt about that. Randy Renner is with us, NBA.com. Rodger Wyland with you here on the debut of Big Board Sports on 104.5 The Team, along with Brady Farkas. So, Randy, what is next for the Thunder?
Well, that's the question of the day around here. Job one is to try and get some sort of commitment from Russell Westbrook. Sam Presti did talk briefly with Westbrook yesterday. He wasn't during his news conference last night. Didn't give us any clue as to what Russ's reaction is to all of this. Sources around the league have said the Thunder have approached Westbrook about renegotiating, restructuring his current deal and extending his current deal, to which those sources have said Westbrook was not open to doing that. That, of course, doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't want to stay here in Oklahoma City, because it would cost him, if he redid his current deal, it would cost him millions of dollars in the long run. So he may well want to stay. But this time, Presti needs to press Westbrook on what his future is. They let Durant go, and they ended up getting burned because, they've lost their face of the franchise for nothing. And they don't want to lose another one for nothing, or you wouldn't think they would. So if they can't get a commitment from Westbrook, I would expect that he'll be on the trading block, and they'll try to get something for him and basically start rebuilding.
Randy Renner, appreciate a few minutes, NBA.com, InsideThunder.com. I'm sure a busy couple of days now with so much reaction. I'm assuming that's everywhere. If we're talking about it in Albany, New York, on a local sports talk show, I can't imagine what kind of publicity this has generated in your area.
It's been all over the place. I've been on radio stations literally around the world, New Zealand, Canada, France, and you guys in upstate New York and various others, Seattle, all those places. So, yeah, it's been a busy time. It's a hot topic of conversation right now.
Randy Renner, thanks for a few minutes on Big Board Sports.
You bet, guys. Have a good day.
Right, take care.